What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Crosis Gaming, and welcome back to Spyro 2. It wasn't appearing because Spyro 2's, I don't know, their settings are weird. Like, I have it in borderless full screen mode. So, most games, when you run them like that, they don't lower if you click on another app. But this one does. Which is really dumb. You can still see it, right, Janinja?
Yeah, I can see it. It's perfectly fine.
I still sound fine. Stream seems to be running great. Let's move around. Okay, I can't believe. Well, I mean, I get it. Like, I understand it, but it's still a little mind blowing that Spyro 2 was broken because of an anti-aliasing problem. Like. But it kind of makes sense too. I just didn't expect the game to be so heavy. Like, oh, do you see that?
What's that?
A little bit of digital tearing.
Well,
that's anti-aliasing.
Yeah. Anti-aliasing.
I don't want to turn it back on, but maybe if I turn it low, it'll be okay.
What's TTA? What's TAA? Like low something anti-aliasing.
Yes. Oh, wait.
Bloom. Like, okay, is that how all the? Is that the simulation of the flowers?
I turned it on low. Yeah. Can you guys see it on screen? No, you guys don't see it. You don't see it either, do you, Ninja? I
see it, right?
Oh, do you?
Yeah, it's running buttery smooth.
You don't see the like little graphical like problems in the middle? That's weird that I'm seeing it and you guys aren't. But you know what? That's fine with me. That is actually perfectly fine with me. You know?
Don't complain, Crosis.
You know, if it's just me having the problem, I don't even care. But anyways, guys, what's going on? What's going on, Icy? What's going on, Z? What's going on, Philip? What's going on, Tama? What's going on, Nathan? What's going on, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch? I always want to say Mixer now. And I'm like, no, Mixer's dead.
Mixer's dead? What's this?
Yeah. Speaking of dead things, which sounds like a really bad segue to a really dark topic, but apparently TikTok is no longer a thing for the moment. I didn't know this, but TikTok is owned by a Chinese company, and apparently Trump doesn't like that. I guess the idea that the Chinese government might be using the app to spy on people that topic has been brought up, and apparently people don't like that at all. Game sounds
like how Huawei.
Game sounds quiet. Does it?
Oh, on the Discord stream, it sounds just right to me.
Obstruction in the bottom left. Because we're only getting 60 frames a second. You know, maybe that's it.
Only 60 frames a second.
Did I set it to 60? No, I have it set to 60. I could set it higher.
But unlimited.
Unlimited power.
It doesn't know any limit. It can go up to like 1 million.
Let's do that. Okay, let's do that.
Do you like the motion blur, Crosis?
That actually fixed my problem. Yeah, that fixed my problem. So actually, I'm gonna turn anti-aliasing back off. Okay, save. I just want this to run buttery smooth. Oh yeah, that's much better. All right,
it's looking blue to me.
I will turn it up, guys. It's fine for me, but I guess it's not fine for you guys. Hang on, let me turn Jin and just say something.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna turn you down. Number one, pixelation. It was kind of like digital tearing, but not quite the same. It was almost like blurred lines. I guess you guys couldn't see it, but yeah, I'm gonna turn you down. Thank you for sharing and liking the stream, baby. Yeah, let me turn you down a little bit, and then I will turn the game up because you're peaking on game audio.
I see. My voice is taking too much priority.
Yeah. Yeah, you're louder than my game. What's going on, H-Bomb? All right, can I play the game?
Can we play the game now?
America. Only America is allowed to steal my data. Right. So, no, apparently he gave him like 48 or 72 hours to sell TikTok. He gave the company, which I believe the company is Tencent, which I didn't know was a Chinese company. And I've used Tencent games before. And they're a good company as far as I knew. And they probably are too. It's probably just an over-exaggeration and over-dramatization. But whatever. Anyways, but he gave them 48 to 72 hours to sell TikTok, or TikTok is not allowed to operate. And within those 48 to 72 hours, TikTok is not allowed to operate, apparently. And I don't know if that's been put into effect yet, but that was the news story that I read. And better? Is it better? Is it nice and crisp and loud? All right,
yeah. Well, apparently not today.
What's up with this guy? Oh, okay. I mean, he's made of wood, obviously. I need to burn him. Unlock the door! How do I get over there?
Open the door and let me in.
Can I get up? No, that's too far away.
No.
Alright, let's go in here. That stupid jump that I was trying to do last stream.
Like, as you were on the sound settings before, I don't know if you know, but you can change it to how it used to sound in the original game as well.
Really?
Yeah, it says reignite. You can toggle it to you can toggle it to original from reignited to original.
But he can't force them to sell. I know, but I think that's the option that he's giving them. They don't have to do it, but apparently Microsoft wants to buy them. Microsoft has shown interest and tried contacting them about buying them, and I don't know their standpoint on it. TTV Punked Up Barbie has rated with a party 9. Wow, thanks guys. Welcome Raiders.
Welcome Raiders.
I don't know you guys. So welcome to Croesus Gaming, where our love for video games and cats flourishes. I mean, I'm wearing cat ears.
You can defeat them with your charge.
Croesus Gaming, happiness on earth.
Hang on, I gotta put Twitch chat up. Raiders, Space of Souls.
Do something now, Twitch.
Hang on, let me do something real quick. I am going to. There we go. All right, H-Bomb, I made you a mod just because I don't think anybody else is in chat. So H-Bomb, you're mod. Be my mod. But what's going on, guys? This is a blind playthrough. Until recently, I'd never played a Spyro game before, but I played through Spyro 1, and this is Spyro 2, and who's on voice chat with me, guys, is a good friend of mine, Janinja, and he's very Spyro savvy. So it's not a bad platform, it's just owned by another crappy company.
Yeah.
Mod Elite. Oh, Goose recommended me. Ah, that's awesome. Thank you, Goose. What were you streaming, Barbie?
Okay. Barbie's in the chat.
that was who rated.
Okay.
And thank you for the follow, Barbie. And Ronald, thank you for liking the stream, sir. Those metal shields are making enemies invulnerable to your flame attack. If you press and hold the X button, you can defeat them with your charge attack. Okay, cool. By the way, guys, if you hear me read messages that you don't see, it's because I am live on 3 different platforms. I'm live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch.
Yeah, right. I'll be reading some as well to help keep up with the chat.
Sweet. That would be awesome.
And the one thing apparently, Muffin says we are so loud.
Who's so loud?
Our voices, apparently.
Our voices are loud?
Apparently so. It sounds like they can't hear the game.
People. Human Fall Flat, Manuel Samuel. Oh, Manuel Samuel. Is that the one where he comes back to life and the like controls really janky? I think I've seen that before. I haven't played it, but I think I've seen it before. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty hilarious.
Okay, the alerts are loud. Okay.
Oh, yeah. You guys are gonna have to get over the alerts. I can't. Well, actually, I can turn the alert box down. Hang on. All right, there. The alerts might be fine now. You have to manually keep him alive. Yeah, I forget who I watched play it, but I watched somebody play it, and it was yeah, like the more crap you go through, he just looks more and more screwed up, and I'm just like, oof. It's a really fun game to watch. And Human Fall Flat's really fun too. I played that. I think I played that with my brother actually. Light, you'd have to confirm, but I think that's. Didn't you and I play that, Light? I think we did. I love anything with ragdoll physics is so much fun.
But yeah, and just saying on instance, oh, we got some new people. Yeah, I have been playing Spyro since I was 4 years old. That was since PlayStation 1 days. So I know quite a bit about this game. I can literally play this in my sleep.
See, I honestly, I had no appeal. Wow, I'm gonna try and pronounce your name. Already screwed it up. Masquerada Night. Masquerada Night? That's actually pretty cool. But what's going on, man? Thank you for following. Yeah, so I had no interest in playing Spyro when I was a kid. I knew what it was, but it just looked too childish. And I think I had a bad experience with Crash Bandicoot. I didn't like Crash Bandicoot. It just wasn't my type of game. I love the PlayStation 1. But I love the PlayStation. Well, I didn't do that. The games I played for PlayStation 1, though, I was very heavy into RPGs, like Final Fantasy 7, of course, Chrono Trigger, what else? Chrono Cross, and other games. Not Vagrant Story. Vandal Hearts. Vandal Hearts is the one. Final Fantasy Tactics. Oh man, I loved my RPGs. RPGs and strategy games. Loved them. And then I played Spyro 1 just recently on the channel, and I love it. Like, it's such a feel-good game.
Yeah. When I was younger myself, like I started gaming at 4 years old.
Just call him Moss. Uno Moss.
But I'm the complete opposite to Crotus's experience, because I am someone who hasn't really played a lot of RPGs in their childhood. The first RPG game I actually played was Kingdom Hearts on PlayStation 2.
Oh, real? Do you like Kingdom Hearts?
I love Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, yeah, I'm a big Kingdom Hearts fan.
I've got all the games on the PlayStation 4.
I just recently found out that there's a Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer, and you guys know,
really?
I love randomizers. It's pretty broken though. Like, I got to a point where I could not proceed, and I had so many problems, like, with having to re-randomize the game over and over again, that I was just like, okay, no more randomizer. And I don't think it's gonna progress. Like, I don't think they're gonna fix the randomizer at all. So unfortunately, I don't think I'll be going back to the Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer, but I love randomizers like Ocarina of Time.
Did you like the Pokemon one?
Yes, I love the Pokemon randomizer. Even though I tried to do a randomizer Nuzlocke with the trainers increased by 30%. Not a good idea, by the way. Like, they will wipe the floor with you every time. I tried. I failed like probably 8 times on stream, and I was like, all right.
You can do a thing. You can jump on the rocket and ride it.
Oh, you can ride it?
You can ride it, yeah.
Well
done. But it will throw you off around halfway. But you can literally just glide after that.
All right, thank you, Barbie. I'll see you later. I appreciate you stopping by, and I appreciate the raid. That was really cool of you. And thank you, Goose, for recommending me. I appreciate that, man.
You're being cool, Barbie. Thanks for raiding Croaky, my best buddy. And yeah.
Waiting for T2FA to change phone numbers so I can log in Twitch on my PC. Oh, okay. So does this respawn? Does this rocket?
No, it doesn't respawn at all. And once you hit that chest, that's it.
So can I just Go over there.
You can just glide over there.
I'm
Around.
Ah, I forgot it was right there. Wait, can I still can't dive, right? Or no, I can.
Yeah.
Can I?
But you have to learn to swim from money bags after you visit one of the worlds you can go to in this world, which you have picked the one that the first one with water. So I hope you like backtracking.
You done screwed up now. You done messed up, Aaron.
The other one next on the water, but funnily enough, doesn't have any water in it, so you don't need to backtrack for that level.
I love it. The controls are so smooth. Were the controls this smooth on PlayStation?
The controls, I'd say, were pretty great. Yeah, they weren't stiff at all. But in this one, Spyro moves a bit smoother, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Like
because
he's a bit faster, more slick in this one.
Yeah, because honestly, I can move around and run around and not really have any problems with like, just jankiness, you know? It runs really great.
Yeah. I would say Spyro would be a bit more stiff in the original game, especially when you're doing like charging.
Yeah, I could see that.
But yeah, the controls were still great, even on the PS1. But like apparently when the first Spyro came out, it didn't have dual analog apparently, but when you play Spyro with a DualShock controller, it can work with the analog stick, which is weird.
That is weird. Well, PlayStation 1 had DualShock, I thought. Or no?
Yeah.
No, their original controllers did not, did they?
Yeah, when Spyro 1 came out, it was like more or less at the peak, I think, when the controllers started to change. But when Spyro was released, they still just had the D-pad.
Space himself. Controls were good enough on this one. Yeah.
Okay, Swiggle Muffins asked me, what's my favorite Spyro game? It's this one.
Number 2, New Blitz. What's going on, man? Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, welcome, New Blitz.
My brother said he still has our Chrono Cross CD. That's crazy. Does it work? That was one of the biggest problems I remember with CDs was it didn't take much to break them. You know, like it didn't take like scratch-wise. I haven't played this since I was a kid. Well, the first game. Yeah, like I said, yeah, I didn't experience these games as a kid, and I'm kind of glad I didn't. Not that I don't like them. In fact, I do like them, and that's why I'm glad I didn't experience them. Because I generally only play games on the channel that I have not played before, and which is a very large collection of games. So, can I go there?
Good enough on PS1. I've never tried it. No.
Nope. No, the answer is no.
But really, that is not really useful going up there anyway. There's nothing there.
Goose said, dude, I had to buy another Chrono Cross last year. Great game.
Well, you guys are like...
I have very fond memories of Chrono Cross, and I enjoy Chrono Cross. But I've taken a step back since I was a kid and looked at Chrono Cross from a critical standpoint. And Chrono Cross is a terrible game. It's so poorly constructed, and it's so... You want to talk about stiff? Chrono Cross is a stiff game. Now, there's a lot of things I love about Chrono Cross that I think they nailed and got right, but I'm not saying, I don't know, I don't want to even say Chrono Cross is a bad game. It was no Chrono Trigger. I realize that it's kind of the sequel, but it was no Chrono Trigger. It was very different. And that's not to say that it was even bad. It was just, I don't know. I'm weird about that game.
Face of Soul says, I was the odd one out. Parents bought me games that no one even heard of.
What games? I'm curious.
I'm curious a bit about that.
It's not that good of a sequel. My opinion agrees. Yeah, even the story is, it's it's pretty rough. It's really rough. Dragon Gubber. Ice! What's going on, man?
Also, Crows, I don't know if you know, but there's a whole modding community for Spyro now.
Really?
Yeah, you can change Spyro's appearance. You can even change him to a character called Cinder, who was in the last 3 games of the series before this game actually happened. And she was like she was like a bad guy in like the series that everyone called the Legend of Spyro series. Yeah, she's pretty much liked in the community, so they made it so.
Which game?
They just the Legend of Spyro series. It was very late PS2, like 2005.
Oh, okay. So they have made Spyro games since the PS1 era.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
After Spyro 1, 2, and 3, they had a game called Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, and that game was the most hated in the Spyro series, apart from it. Yeah.
Isn't that funny? Every series has one. Banjo-Kazooie, it's nuts and bolts. People hate that game. Like, it's an abomination.
But, Spyro the Dragonfly is known to be the glitchiest game in all of the gaming history.
Oh, like Sonic 3D glitchy?
I suppose worse than that.
Really?
Like, the FPS is like 16 or 20.
When you're talking frames per second, I don't care what console you're on, I don't care what decade you're in. The word teen should never be in a conversation about frames. Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a bad Wii U game. I mean, it's inconsistently speeding up and slowing down during gameplay, but I mean, as a kid, I never really noticed so much. But the game is playable, definitely, but it is quite broken. You can literally beat the game in 10 seconds. 10 seconds to 1 minute, anyway.
Am I supposed to burn all these? Oh!
Yeah.
Oh! Okay, I get it now.
The Spyro one?
Fabulous to see you, Spyro. Now that the supercharged power-up is active, you can charge through the pedestals and send the dancing hula girls over here to help me.
She's awfully cheery for being bound up in whips and chains.
In the original game. Yeah,
Stella,
in the original game, she was more like, I suppose.
Oh, you just have to hit the pedestal. It's her fetish. I know. I'm like, she's like, good to see you, Spyro. Like all chained up. Like, I'm gonna walk away from this quest.
This man says, "No, that's the game I want to buy." That's probably why I love Sonic 06. You love glitchy games, I can, I think. I don't know. Assassin's Creed Unity takes the award for glitchiest game ever. Well, I haven't played that game. He was not messed up in that game.
Jumping Flash, never heard of it. Toomba, I have heard of. I haven't played it. Croc, R-Type Delta. I've heard of R-Type, but I want to say it was R-Type 0, I thought.
It could help you go places.
I play Animated Goose. I played Croc and Tomba. I played a little bit of Tomba 1 back in the day, but I played all through Croc.
You know, funny story about Tomba, or Toomba is how I've always pronounced it. But, me and Tama were talking, and she was telling me about this game she played when she was a kid that her brother really loved. And it was not called Toomba. I forget what she called it, but she called it some weird name. And I was like, I've never heard of that. And then she was talking about it, and I was like, wait, is it like a caveman with like pink hair? She's like, yes. And I was like, isn't that called Toomba? She's like, no.
Yeah. It depends where you are. The game has two different names. in like I keep getting mixed up which place calls it what, but in some places it's Tomba, but in some other places it's called Tombi.
Right, that's what, yeah, she called it Toombi, and I was like, I thought it was
To me,
Toomba.
To me it's Tomba, I think. I think in Britain it's Tomba.
Well, she, you know, so Tama lives in the UK, and she said over there it's Toombi.
Oh. I don't know then. Because when I saw the box art, I'm sure it said Tomba. You know,
Yeah, I mean, you're from the UK too, but you've been Americanized. Shame on you. Shame. Family's gonna disown you.
Around circles, Curses.
I am, because I'm a little lost because there's still 80 gems left and an orb, and I don't see anywhere to go. I feel like I've been everywhere, so I think I need to go in that level that's like halfway through this level, because I have a feeling the rest of the gems are in the water.
Yeah, and I can say, yeah, you're right. They are in the water.
I figured.
And there is another orb to get here, but yeah, you need to know how to swim first.
Toomba was great. Didn't come across anyone who knew the game till I was in my 20s. I've never played it. I just know what it is. I know of it. And Thomas said, nope, it was always Toomba here. Toomba, gosh. Wait, what is this? This is like a boss level?
No. This is the outro cutscene.
Is there not supposed to be any noise?
Apparently, I can't hear anything.
I couldn't hear anything either. There was no noise.
It doesn't have sound to it.
It's like a soundless cutscene. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I know the flying levels are kind of not favored in Spyro 1, but I miss them. Like, I really hope there's some in here.
There, Spyro. Would you like to learn to swim underwater?
Yes, I would.
Suppose I could teach you for
small. There are flying levels in this.
Oh, there is.
Let you know.
Great.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of them.
When you
Oh my god, I love it.
There aren't as many as there was in Spyro 1, though.
Wait, can I breathe underwater too?
Yeah, you don't have any. You're unlimited there. Spyro can breathe underwater.
Dragonfish.
He's a sea dragon.
He's a Seadra.
It's
Pokemon number 125.
Tomba is a rare game, apparently.
Oh yeah, it's expensive, because when me and Tom were talking about it, I looked it up and it's like $150 or something like that. I was like, Jesus.
You're well on your way, Spyro. Keep collecting talismans to help us defeat Ripto before he can take over Avalar.
Don't tell me what to do. You're not my real mom.
And keep collecting those orbs too.
Seadra
The
mom.
professor thinks they will help you get back to the Dragon World.
Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon on that.
I was never a Digimon fan. Never got into Digimon.
Same. I just watched the show. Well, I guess we're going in here now.
I did not mean to. Sunny Beach.
It's a lovely world.
It's another cutscene with no sound.
Like, okay, that's weird. Why isn't the sound playing in the cutscenes?
The cutscene, I don't know.
Like, is there some option in it? Or
I'm about to check. Yeah, because I feel like there should be sound in the cutscene.
We hear the game. Music on volumes? In volumes? Maybe?
Oh,
no, everything. Maybe it's some sort of Steam glitch. I have no idea.
I can turn the map on?
Yeah.
Hi, Spyro.
I never really used the map though.
It's a good thing you're here.
Oh, really?
If you can help shepherd those baby turtles over there to safety, I'd be mighty grateful.
Digimon's better than Pokemon. Fight me, says Ziesel.
I just saw that.
I mean, I can agree there, Ziesel. It is better.
Really? Say, why isn't it more popular?
Can't use your imagination in the cutscenes.
Oh, do you guys remember the show from the 90s, Dinosaurs? That's what these little baby turtles remind me of. It reminds me of the baby dinosaurs.
Not They Land Before Time?
No, not that.
No, okay.
No.
Alright, here's a level that is actually one of my favourites. It's just so beautiful, especially in Reignited.
Hitting pots under the water.
I can tell you a big difference that will be coming up in this level.
Starfish, love me, love me. Wait, can I have this? Wait, how do I open that?
Sorry, Digimon is greater than Pokemon.
Oh.
I made a mistake apparently. Diesel thinks Digimon's better.
That's what I was
Pokemon's
like,
better.
really? I feel like that's probably a very pretty unpopular decision.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. No, Digimon, he says
God.
Digimon is greater than Pokemon. But yeah, I think Pokemon is better.
I was gonna say, I can't imagine a whole lot of people think that.
Okay. Now, Crosis, see this room here? You see that wall over there on your left?
Wall on the left, that one?
Yeah. That was a wall in the original. There wasn't this beautiful view. It was just a wall in the original.
I'm getting wrecked.
Like, this is now open. It wasn't in the original.
Oh, really? Oh.
It was a wall. This here is just a wall in the original.
I feel like I'm playing Pokemon Snap and Lapras is gonna pop up in the back. Lapras,
Yeah.
Lapras, I need a picture of you.
That's right, that's true. Like, not everyone has their own opinions. It's entitled to
Oh
them.
my god, I'm so excited for the new Pokemon Snap. Like, I loved Pokemon Snap as a kid, and I need Pokemon Snap in my life.
Honestly, I'm not too sure where the hype is coming from, to be honest.
What?
Because,
What?
I never played Pokemon Snap. I've seen gameplay, and I think to me, it kind of doesn't look too interesting.
I know, I'm so excited, Goose. You should try Digimon World Next Order. The anime of Digimon is tons better. The game's not so much. Yeah, see, what the heck? Oh, this is one of those, like, you gotta blow it up with a firecracker type of things. How do I get these boxes?
You need a power up later.
Like a ground slam thing?
You can do it in this this first visit here.
Gotcha. Get over there. Faster! Faster! Talk about lighting a fire under your ass.
Like that is says, to be fair, Digimon has a huge fan base behind it, considering it doesn't have Nintendo behind it. It's hard to
I'm sure it does have a huge fan base.
Yeah.
Nah, probably not as big as Pokemon, but...
One question is, what do people think to the latest monster anime type thing, the Yokai Watch?
Wait,
That is
what?
like a new
Captured
Digimon
most
or
of our
something.
baby turtles, and the boxes they put them in are incredibly strong. With a more powerful flame attack, maybe you could break open the boxes and release them.
Yeah, I think the new Pokemon Snap, I think they're just gonna basically make it the original, but just expand on it in a much larger scale. And that's what I'm down for. I'm down for 100 hours of Pokemon Snap gameplay. I'm an addict. I'm sorry.
It would be a cool idea though if they made the camera so you can just edit it so much, like you can change the focus or change filters or something like that. Because they're just like snapping.
I left Light there defending Digimon, and then he's like, with that being said, Pokemon's better. Like,
Yeah.
good job, Light. On that note,
Right.
Digimon sucks.
Maybe you can show me why Pokemon Snap is great, Chris.
What? Oh, well, you better believe when the new Pokemon Snap comes out, I'm playing it first day. We're streaming it, baby. I don't care what I'm doing. I will drop everything. Better not be any dying family members because they're gonna have to wait. Pokemon Snap is out.
There's an exploit you can do here, but yeah. You have to come back to this level anyway, but
What is
it's
that?
just a little exploit around here.
Can I dive in the water right
Yeah, you can, yeah.
now? Okay.
Go ahead.
I do like this level. It's fun. I like the noise.
Animated good, Ted. Yeah, I think the trailer for Survive, it's meh, in my opinion, like the World Series because of the original. I've for Digimon Survive, talking about.
Hello, young one. There's a
Hello,
shark at
young
the top of this ladder who wants to make soup out of our turtles. Maybe you could climb up there and stop him?
Isn't Pokemon doing that too? I swear I just read something where Pokemon is supposed to have like a darker feel to it. Maybe it was Digimon. Maybe I read it about Digimon and I'm thinking it was Pokemon. Because when I hear Digimon, I just register Pokemon. The Pokemon's better. No,
Yeah,
I have nothing against Digimon. I know nothing about it. I know nothing about it.
I don't really know too much about Pokemon Snap, just that you take pictures of Pokemon. Like, yeah,
Diesel, I have a feeling you're just liking the underdog. Because Diesel said Dragon Quest is better than Final Fantasy, and Digimon is better than Pokemon. Because Dragon Quest has a big following in Japan. In America, not so much. It didn't do as well in America.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, young
A lot of anime don't do well in America.
Andrew, thank you for liking and sharing the stream. What's going on, man?
Hey, Edja.
That turtle's getting along. Yeah, you'd move fast too if I blew fire under your behind. Shin Megami Tensei is tons better than Final Fantasy. What is Shin Megami Tensei? I've never heard of that.
It's, well, as you probably can guess, it's just an JRPG. I don't really know too much about it, but it's like getting a new game as well now. I think it's been a while since the last Megami Tensei game, so people are being hyped for a new game. But as I was saying before, like the Spyro's mini games, after the glitchiest game ever, that can take 10 seconds to beat, after Spyro Into the Dragonfly, there was a Hero's Tale, which really that just made Moneybags Russian. It made him like a more of a businessman, like a Russian businessman. Gave him a Russian accent and stuff in that game.
Russian? I've never heard of
Russian.
Oh, Russian.
Yeah. And the game is pretty much more semi-open world. You don't go through portals or anything. You just walk around and go through gates and stuff. And you also use the gems for currency for Moneybags, and that's really it. That's all the gems are used for.
Well, isn't that all you use them for in this?
Yes, but they also have another purpose in these older games.
Oh,
and then
this is how you open the boxes.
Yeah, that's right. And
oh, you got free the turtles.
Yeah, and after Hero's Tale, there was the Legend of Spyro series. New Beginnings, then Eternal Night, then Dawn of the Dragon, and that was pretty much Spyro RPG. And they even got mobile releases, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah,
I
playing
had no idea.
on your old Nokia. But like the Dawn of the Dragon Legend of Spyro game, you can fly anytime in that game. But it is limited to how high you can go.
That's how it should be. Well, I don't know. Honestly, if you could fly all the time, the games wouldn't be what they are. So
that's true. I mean, as far as the platformer, you need to be able to just jump and glide and stuff.
The whole idea of power-ups and all that, like, pretty much goes away if you...
Yeah. With the Legend series, there is platforming elements in it, but it's more in the direction of story-heavy stuff.
Yeah.
A few puzzles here and there, but a lot more fighting enemies. And like, Spyro knows martial arts, apparently. Like, he uses his wings, his hair, his head, his claw, his tail to fight enemies. He doesn't, like, use his flame breath in those games.
I need a Tekken version of Spyro now.
But also, like, in the Legend series, Spyro's fire breath can only be used for a limited time, and then you have to collect red gems to refuel it. Also, you have like a green meter, I think, for health, so you collect green gems for health and stuff. That's really all the gems are used for, just upgrading, just for healing yourself. But also, Spyro has many side titles on like Nintendo consoles, and
I didn't realize it had so many different variations.
yeah, the first time it was on a handheld, it was on the Game Boy Advance, and the first game that was called Season of Ice, and game following that is called Season of Flame, and then the third game on the GBA was called Attack of the Rhinox. And the first two GBA games, they were on an isometric camera view, so top down, and
so like old GTA.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
There's still Moneybags was in it, Hunter was in it, and other characters from the main Spyro trilogy were in it, but the main story with that is just very simple. Just like in Season of Ice, for example, just a double-headed Rhinoc appears, causing havoc.
You have made it a point to know your Spyro. Like, you have spent many hours of a day, at least one day, researching Spyro games.
This is all through my life, man.
Oh, okay. So you just experienced it as you live. Wait, there's still another one? Here. I just looked for him. I couldn't see anyone.
Yeah, and after that, it was just Ripto, who's from this game, Spyro 2, the GBA game. And then it was just like, who was the villain in Attack of the Rhinox? I think it was just... who was it, actually? I think it was still Ripto, to be honest.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I've never really actually played the third GBA game, but I just saw YouTubers stream it and play it, so I've only seen it once. But I know in Spyro 3, Attack of the Rhinox on GBA, that is mission-based.
Please take this sacred thingamajig as a token of our
Basically a
everlasting
collection
gratitude.
game. You know,
Yeah, I didn't
collection
hear of it
content.
until the recent Nintendo Mini. Holy hell, if you love RPGs, you'll love the SMT series. Mainline SMT games are all based on law, chaos, neutral alignment. It was a very dark theme, most about reshaping the world through some sort of catastrophic apocalyptic event. SMT3 Nocturne is getting an HD remaster for Switch. Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you, you put anything on Switch, I'll probably buy it. Like, I love the Switch. In my opinion, and I don't know how many people are going to agree or disagree with this, but
I love the Switch.
The Switch is the best console since PS1. Hands down. Hands down. I liked my PS2, but I think Switch tops it. Nintendo has been building a game catalog on the Switch that is just so on point. And in my opinion, what makes a console is your variability with games and the power of choice. And the fact that the Switch is handheld, or you can put it in TV mode, and like I said, their game catalog, they're building a massive game library, and it's great. My only problem with Switch, gamer knows, my only problem with Switch is it's owned by Nintendo. And not that I don't like Nintendo, I have no problems with Nintendo, but they suck when it comes to prices. Games do not lose value when it comes to Nintendo. So when you want to buy all these AAA titles and you're like, oh, I'll wait a year for it to drop in price. It will not drop in price.
I can vouch for that.
You can wait 3 years and it will not drop in price. And I don't quite understand why they do it like that, but they do. Like I said, I love the Switch. I love my Switch.
I mean, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Right? Or like 1-2 Switch is still like $40.
Yeah. And the Switch isn't expensive. Like, for what you get, in my opinion, like $300 for the TV version, $200 if you just want the handheld version. And honestly, I think it's worth the $100 increment. Like, if you're gonna play Switch, oh, that's wrong, but or if you're gonna buy a Switch, spend the extra $100 so you can hook it up to your TV. Like, it's so worth it. So worth it. And it makes charging a lot easier too. Like, I never have to plug my Switch in. I just drop it in the dock. You know? Well, I don't drop it. Yeah, I'm pretty rough with it.
By the way, Croesus, that is possible, but if you stand on the bridge side, you can make it.
That's what I was about to do. I was like, man,
if you
I
charge up slightly, then jump.
Oh god.
It's a bit harder in this version because they made Spyro's jump a bit.
Yeah, he has to kind of build momentum.
He's heavier in this game.
That's why you do this. Ready? I'm not gonna make it. There's no way.
It's possible, but yeah, it probably could take a few tries in this version. It's easier in the PlayStation 1 version.
Tasha, what's going on, Tasha? I don't know if I can share my Twitter link on Croesus stream. We'll just share it in Discord.
You can, if you I don't know, I was gonna say, like, it's easier when on the turtle box before you destroy it. It's possible from the bridge.
There's no way. I don't believe it.
You have to backtrack to the level anyway to do that mission.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, you know what? I'll just go back for it.
So, I'm gonna wait a bit. So, but like, that's not a problem. There's just a little bit of that in this game.
I missed the gate. Whoops. Is that Ninja and nothing much? Yes, this is Ninja. Yeah. Here we go. More cutscenes with no audio. I don't know why, but for some reason the cutscenes have no audio, guys. Je ne sais pas. Nothing loses value with Nintendo, whether it's games, controllers, consoles. Nintendo games just go up in price as they age. Facts. 6 feet Bart. So, I love my Switch, but I love the fact I got my PS4 with a 3 terabyte hard drive for $100. That's an amazing deal, yeah. But I like I said, I think the Switch is the best game or best console since PS1. And I think the best console of all time is PS1. And I actually even hesitated a little bit right there. And the only reason I hesitated is because I think Switch is going to take the title of that. I honestly do, if they haven't already.
I mean, the Switch is the fastest and most selling console of all time now, I think.
It's just so...
It's peaked.
Yeah, it's just so good. Like,
I mean, like, you get
I saw something shiny
television, home
you
console,
get it,
graphical
but
quality,
you'll have to learn how to climb first.
on a small handheld. You can just take it anywhere.
Here's Sony and Xbox selling their consoles for $500-$600, and Nintendo's like, here's $300. Which, you know, good for you, Nintendo. You know your crap is expensive. Sell your console cheaper. Make them buy it, and then they don't have a choice. They have to buy the games if they want to make use of the console. I got some Nintendo.
Put it this way, for the money they lose on the console, they can make it up in games. In the long run.
And Goose said the baby turtle looks like Franklin. Franklin!
But,
exclusives make a console. I see what you mean on that, Goose. And
I mean, when we're talking exclusives, PlayStation takes the crown for it. And it really...
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I've never been super interested in any Xbox exclusive. I was never a Gears of War fan. I tried. I hated the over-the-shoulder, the third-person shooter. It's not even third-person shooter. I don't mind third-person shooters. It's the way Gears did it over the shoulder like that. I hated that. It just throws your alignment off, because when you play a shooter game, you're aiming straight in the middle of the screen. You're putting all of your aim in the middle of the screen. Well, the over the shoulder, you've got your character slightly off to the side a little bit, and you're looking over his shoulder, and it's just so wonky. I could not stand it. What else does Xbox have that for exclusives? Halo.
Like, there's Horizon, the racing games.
Oh, sports games. Wow. I wonder why Xbox has never grabbed my attention.
Say, Spyro, you see this wall here?
But
I bet you're dying
like
to know what's on the other
I
side.
wanted to
If
have an
only I
Xbox
had a
at
few
some
more
point. I mean, I actually
gems,
had one
I'd-
because it made I came with a good deal with it, but it didn't really last too long with me. I only played like a few games. Like an exclusive I remember is called Recall, and it was a pretty empty world game where you just go from like point A to point B, trying to advance the story through traveling long distances and just surviving from robots and stuff. It wasn't too fun.
So here's the thing with Xbox. I think they've got the best controller. Their layout, their controller is ergonomically perfect.
I don't really like where the D-pad is. You know, playing with that, it's a bit uncomfortable for me.
Well, you play a lot of retro games, I feel. And I think you have to take that into consideration. Because
the shock sticks have drained all our water.
I feel like
Get it back unless
if you play
activates the
retro
switches
games, you
they're
prefer
guarding.
to play with a D-pad.
Actually, I've always played. Before PS2, I was always playing with D-pad, but as soon as I played PS2, I never looked back after playing with the joystick.
Really?
What's an interesting story though is when I first got the PS2 when I was 10 years old, I was playing Rayman, and I was just thinking, why isn't Rayman moving? And then I just took up an analog stick, and then he moved because I was using the D-pad.
See? There's another game I've never played, Rayman. I've never played a Rayman game.
If you're going to play Rayman, it's probably wise to skip the first one because it's quite hard.
Ziesel said Switch Pro controller for life. But the Switch Pro controller has the same layout that Xbox does. Because people started copying it because it's smart. The joystick placement is it's smart. And it just works better.
When thinking about the PlayStation 5 controller, the layout's the same as all the PlayStation controllers, but they made it so it's as thick as an Xbox controller.
Does Sony just not get it? It's not about girth, okay? It's about where you put it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But like, the thing, before they decided the actual design of the physical design of the controller, they tested it out in many different sizes of hands, and they found a pick. They picked one.
So Sony will never change the placement of their joysticks because it's too much it's become who Sony is. Like it's too much of a staple for them. And
I don't want PlayStation control placement to
but it's stupid. It's really stupid. Now, here's the thing though. They can get away with it because Sony has a better library of games. They do. They honestly do. They've got better game choices. And they will outsell Xbox because of that reason every time. Now, Xbox is the one thing I think Xbox does have over Sony besides their controller is their user interface. I find that their user interface is prettier and more user-friendly. But in all fairness, I feel like that's because it's Microsoft, and Microsoft has more experience with user interfaces. So, but this is just my opinion. It means nothing. It stinks like everybody else's. So
yeah, well, in my opinion, the PlayStation, I like the Xbox Nintendo Switch layout.
Yeah.
But when I play on a PlayStation console, I like the way it is button-wise because it's comfortable for both the D-pad and the joystick. No matter which one you choose, they're both comfortable, in my opinion.
I find that with I find that with the joystick on the PlayStation, it almost feels like you're letting go of the controller if you're using both joysticks.
I never really thought about that.
Like it feels, because of the way the controller is. So here, let's take my controller for example. This is an Xbox 360 controller. It's an Afterglow. So with this controller, if the joystick was right here, you've got to position your hands so you're using it like this. And you're not grabbing the bulk of the controller when you do that. In fact, it feels like it's almost slipping out of your hands. It probably won't, but it's not comfortable. And I don't know if Sony has fixed that with controllers, but if they can fix that, that's my biggest gripe with the joystick placement. It's not that I don't think it can work or that it doesn't work. I just think, I don't want that joystick placement. For me, anyways.
Have you ever played with the GameCube controller?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, the GameCube wasn't bad.
That was. It's like one of the best controllers.
You must be tougher than you look to
using
get
the
here.
joystick
All the
in
same,
that position
you
is
wouldn't be
good.
able
I
to
would
get
say that.
past the
But like the
little
D-pad on the
shops up
GameCube
ahead.
controller is not too
I
great.
suppose I could let you borrow my
Space of Soul says it's
submarine,
all
though.
about girth, baby.
Modest.
He didn't say
It's
I
all
added
about the girl.
I added the baby part, but I had to make it sound sensual.
Upstairs, I did find the Xbox controller bulky initially after playing PS for years, and I agree with you there. It really felt bulky to me too.
People, oh, well, yeah. Well, are you talking Xbox One? Xbox One controller? Oh, not, no, wait, no, I'm sorry. Not Xbox
Not
One.
the Xbox One.
Xbox
the OG
original
The
was,
Duke
oh my
controller.
God. It was like playing with a brick. Like, it was so bad. I liked the looks of it. It was really cool looking, but it was so ergonomically bad. It's terrible. Thank you for that emoji, Space of Souls. I loved the N64 controller too. It catches a lot of crap, but I really liked it. The GameCube controller, I'm surprised you're saying that it sucks though, because people are still using GameCube. I can't talk today. People are still using GameCube. Why am I having problems saying cube?
People are still using
Cube.
Cube.
Cube it up. Yeah, people are still using GameCube controllers today.
Yeah, I mean they did bring them back for Wii U and Nintendo Switch.
They did, yeah. Yeah, because I think because of Smash. Yep,
yeah,
exactly.
It's
yep.
only because of Smash.
The Dreamcast controller was the original brick. Yeah, the Dreamcast was the original brick.
I didn't understand why it had to have a screen, and then all the time when I see it in a retro store, the screen is not there. So it must not have been useful.
I might have gotten it eaten.
Listen to Moneybags Crosis.
I was curious, okay? Alright, let me see here. I'm not gonna lie to you though, I do have a problem with this game already.
What's that?
I think it's too open. I'm finding myself lost when I'm playing these levels. And I don't know if it's because I'm chatting a lot and reading a lot of the chat. I don't think that's it, because I should be used to that by now. But I do find myself going, okay, I already came here. I feel like Spyro 1 was more linear, but I think it worked. I think it fit.
Yeah,
I have to say,
when they added challenges to this game, they had to make the world a bit bigger to compensate for them. But the gems are of more quantity, though.
I know all about making things big to compensate, okay? So I get it.
Yeah, you understand the sudden growth Spyro had to go through.
I get it. I understand needing to make yourself feel better, okay? Spyro 2's world layout was confusing. Yeah, I'm finding myself a little lost. And
well,
I'm not super lost, but it's... I find myself going in circles a lot.
But like, to be honest, I've never got lost in a Spyro game.
Okay, well, you know what, Ninja? Not all of us can be as amazing as you, okay?
I'm not amazing.
Hi, Spyro.
Sure you are. That's why I have you on stream now.
A pleasure
cheers.
doing business with you, Spyro. This
I just didn't get the
Hi.
N64 controller. I have an N64 as well with one controller. My only issue with that N64 controller was, I mean, okay, I really liked the feel of it and how it felt in your hands. That's what I like about it. Playing certain games was terrible though. Like one of my favorite games for N64 was Perfect Dark, and playing Perfect Dark with that controller was rough. And actually, any shooters on the N64 was crap. N64 controllers were good at the time. It was versatile. Yeah, exactly. Still have my N64 with 4 controllers. I just didn't get the N64. I used to have an N64. So I went looking for it at was it the beginning of this year? I don't remember. It wasn't that long ago. And I was like, crap. I left it at my old ex's house. So I contacted her. No, I don't think it was this year. I think it was last year. I contacted her and was like, hey, do you still have my N64? And she's like, I have my N64. And I'm like, what? You didn't have an N64. And she's like, yeah, I did. I don't know where yours was, or where yours is, but I do remember yours. And I'm like...
One thing that I did like about the N64 though, is that you could just instantly have 4-player multiplayer.
Yeah,
so, like,
yeah, they were pretty intuitive with that, for sure.
I never had enough friends.
GoldenEye was good, 4-player with friends, top game. Yeah, and honestly, but I think the only reason that game sold, was because you could play with friends like that. The controls sucked. GoldenEye, the controls sucked.
Gaming was terrible.
Yeah, any kind of first-person shooter where your look axis is janky like that is just bad. But you know, you could hang out with friends and play it. You know.
But like, I played the remake of GoldenEye on the Wii, when it came with a golden Nintendo. Yeah, it came with a golden Nintendo Wii Pro controller.
I have a. Wait, I have that controller.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, guys, let me put you on Be Right Back screen. I'll go grab it. I'm pretty sure I know exactly where it is. I need to be right back anyways. So one sec, guys.
Important stuff.
All right, let's do it. Let me turn desktop audio back on. So, are
Let
you
me
talking
see.
about
Was that gold?
this? Oh God, it doesn't show up very well. Gold
Yeah,
is
that's it. That's
yeah, but it's yeah.
transparent controller.
I have an invisible controller. Be jealous. All
Your
right.
controller is in your imagination.
I'm poor. I play on my imagination controller. That's not funny because people really are
Imagination 64.
Conker's Bad Fur Day multiplayer. Yes, I loved the multiplayer on Conker. It was so good. Like the story was really good too. Like the core game was really fun, and hilarious. But the multiplayer was so much fun. I liked Banjo-Kazooie a lot. Didn't play it as much as I wanted. I played Banjo-Kazooie. I had never heard of it until I started the YouTube channel. And
that's funnily enough, it's very convenient that we bring this up because
Our world is
the
wet
first
again.
game I
We
saw
all
you
want you to
playing
have
on your
this
channel.
talisman of Aquaria Towers to remember
Wait,
us
do what?
by.
The first time I found your channel, you were playing Banjo-Kazooie.
oh, is that what I was playing when you shut up? Yeah.
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 And you were playing Kingdom Hearts Banjo-Kazooie at the time, and I was like thinking, where have you been all my life? you are like streaming.
That's when Ninja fell in love.
Yeah.
Banjo-Kazooie, it was okay. I didn't love it, but I liked it. We'll just put it that way. I feel like it was one of those games you definitely had to grow up with to appreciate, you know?
But like the N64 controller with Banjo-Kazooie, that is just like peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just goes so well. Because they use the Z button on the back of the controller to be like the starting point of most of your moves, and just felt so like intuitive.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Banjo-Tooie, in my opinion.
I want to go down there for a
Oh, they eat you immediately?
Yeah. That's and yes, animated goose. you should buy it.
You got bored with the PS4 and bought a Switch, huh?
Yeah, back in 2017. I was just like looking at the games on PlayStation and stuff, like you don't really have much player input. It's a lot of story and not so much gameplay. And like
that was another
one button press is just like 2 actions.
that was another thing too. Banjo. So I can't go down there at all. Okay.
You can't go down there though, no. You can, but you need something.
Right, of course.
You can go down there though.
In Banjo-Tooie, I thought Banjo-Kazooie was much better than Banjo-Tooie.
That's what most people say. You have to talk to moneybags every time.
Get out of the water, you're gonna get eaten, Spyro.
Hop aboard, Spyro.
I'll have to buy the plastic again.
Yeah, most people say Banjo-Kazooie is better than Banjo-Tooie, and the main reason is because Banjo-Tooie is way too big for its own good.
Yeah, I think they were trying to do too much, in my opinion. Like it was too busy. They were like, oh, you play Banjo-Kazooie. Here's all the abilities and moves from Banjo-Kazooie, and then let's throw even more. It was too much.
Double it.
Yeah, it was. Well, they like tripled it. It wasn't even a matter of double it. They put a ton into it, in my opinion.
And you don't really use the ice eggs or the fire eggs at all.
Yeah.
They're only like once or twice you use them.
Oh, that's what you need to get rid of these stupid guys.
Yeah, you're right. And the thing though with Banjo-Tooie is that they were really ambitious post-game production, but they had so many ideas, and they had to actually cut some content out for the time constraint. They were originally going to have another level, and that's why there's only 90 gigs in that game. And compared to Banjo-Kazooie, which has 100 jiggies, they were going to have an extra world.
Yeah, I feel like they nailed it with Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Tooie, it was too much. They were trying to expand on a game that didn't need to be expanded on. Like a game can be too big. I very much
If you
believe
play
that.
ukulele, then you will see a game can be too big.
I do plan on playing that. I bought it on the Switch months ago. But I haven't gotten to it. Yeah, and I realize there's 2 of them now as well. I also
well, it's not really a sequel. It's just a sub game, really. It doesn't go into the story too much, really. It's just
yeah.
I don't know,
I kind of figured that ukulele is probably more for gameplay than it is for story.
I mean, yeah, it's just basically it's a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie, so they kept the story to like as much as Banjo-Kazooie had, to be honest.
Yeah.
But like the story can be a little convoluted as well, because like I mean I won't say anything, but I'll just say that the story had to get me thinking, like, how does this make sense?
Yeah. So can I hit them?
I think you can shoot them from here. Just press the time. That's not kind of Y button.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
And just look down. I was gonna say press the triangle button. I was going to like pull in like the guy who was on Spyro 1 with you. Was it Nathan who was on PlayStation?
Yeah.
When you were streaming Spyro 1?
Yep.
Yeah. He said like press the X button and then you just die. That was
ukulele. Oh, really? Space of Soul said ukulele was such a disappointment. Felt too big. Really?
That was. It's not Banjo-Kazooie. It's not the one not the spiritual successor that we were hoping for.
Okay.
They were a bit too ambitious again.
Well, now I don't want to play it. Good job, guys.
No, come on, Chris. If you said it now, you have to play it.
Not anytime soon.
You're now I'm playing ukulele on Switch.
My backlog of games is so freaking huge, and I just keep buying more.
I have a backlog and I don't like it.
I just recently spent like $130 on games, and I got a ton of games. I got the whole. Let's see. I got Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I got Assassin's Creed Origins. I got BioShock, the whole collection. I got Ni no Kunai 1 and 2. I got, what else did I get? Witcher 3, which I won't stream that. That's for me.
You need your personal game.
Honestly, my personal game right now is Disgaea 5.
All right.
I know Disgaea is not a super popular game. A lot of people probably haven't even heard of it. But it's very. So it's played. It's played like. Yeah, it's played like Final Fantasy Tactics. So it's that grid format, move around, attack the back of your enemy.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love those style of games. Disgaea takes it about 25 steps further. There is so much in Disgaea that it's overwhelming. But if you can get into it, it's satisfying. It's very satisfying. Right now, I'm still, and that's the thing too. Like when you're playing Disgaea, you learn as you play all the way through the game. Your learning never stops because there's just so much content. And there's so many different things to do. I mean, you ask my brother, you can put 1,000 hours in that game and not even scratch the surface. Don't eat me! Don't eat me! Damn it.
Power just disappeared before he started munching.
Disgaea games are so long. The only reason they're long, it's not story that makes them long. It's grind. Disgaea games, you have to grind. There is no option. You cannot go through the story and not grind. I mean, well, see, I've only played Disgaea 1 and Disgaea 5, and I've not finished either one of them. I'm currently playing Disgaea 5 right now, and I'm not showing any signs of stopping. Yeah, Disgaea 5, I had to grind like second chapter in, which I don't think you had to grind that early in the first one, but I could be wrong. But yeah, the only reason they're long is because of the grind. It's not the story. And plus grid style games like that are what was I gonna say? Are slower. That's what I was trying to say. They're slower, so you can't a random bat. Well, it's like, I don't know how to describe it. Like a battle in Disgaea will probably take like. It depends on how powerful your characters are too, but normally like it'll take like 5 minutes, whereas you're playing a regular RPG, a random battle takes like 30 seconds. You know, it doesn't take that long. So yeah, the game is very much drawn out just by the way it's played, just the style of the game itself. Can I break this door?
You don't break it, no.
Okay. Final Fantasy Tactics stream when? No, I love Final Fantasy Tactics, but I would never stream it. I would never stream a strategy game like that because they're dull to watch. They're super dull to watch.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm sure there's some people who would be like, "Oh no, I'd watch it. I don't care what you say." I'm not streaming that game because it's not appealing. It got really hot in here. It's not appealing at all because it's so slow. Like gameplay is very slow, and it's something. It's very much an acquired taste.
I mean, it's just like watching a chess match.
I hope they bring that printy game that was on the PSP to console. Soul, you would get so along with my brother. My brother loves this guy. He's played all of them. I have not. I played 1 and 2, and he said, in terms of story, Disgaea 1 is the best. In terms of gameplay, Disgaea 5 is the best. In terms of how much fun he's had playing any kind of Disgaea game, it was pretty, how can I be a hero, dude? He said that is the most fun game. And I don't know anything about the pretty games. I know of them, but I don't know anything about them. So yeah, my brother, he also wants that game on Switch. We were just talking about that the other day. All right.
I had a friend who was really into Disgaea.
Yeah. Yeah, they're super. If you love anime, you will love Disgaea. But I mean, you still have to love the. You would still have to love the strategy style of it, but.
Yeah, as for me, I'm not too fond of like the tactic-based gameplay.
Dude, I love Disgaea 2 on the PS3. See, I've not played 2, 3, or 4. I know that there's a character in number 2 called Adele. That's all I know. And I don't know this for sure, but there's extra content in Disgaea 5 that says Disgaea D2, or it says D2 Girl Laharl. So I think there's a female version of Laharl in Disgaea 2, but I could be wrong about that. Ooh, Ty, what's going on, man? Okay, gotta go now. Stay awesome. You're awesome, Natasha. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate it.
Yeah, see you, Natasha. She said she was going during the break.
Oh, really? I like the dark themes of Disgaea, and At was my first and At. Which one's that? 2. Okay, 2. Was my first and only so far. Yeah, I don't know anything about 2. I don't know anything about it. I know the story setting of Disgaea
Hop aboard, Spyro.
5, which is what I'm currently playing, has set it up. The story is set up so every character from the whole Disgaea franchise could make an appearance and be detrimental to the story in Disgaea 5. But apparently they did not, because I asked my brother. I was like, hey, do you see so-and-so character? And he said no. He said they set it up for them to be introduced, but they never did. So apparently they had plans to do that, but I think the game would have become too massive. Because I'll just tell you, the story in Disgaea 5 is apparently Netherworlds. There's like a multiverse of netherworlds. There's netherworlds, there's earths, and there's celestias or heavens. And I wish there was noise, because I bet you'd probably make it even funnier.
You can swim in water. Why do you need a sub?
So apparently, yeah, Disgaea 5 is very much so. One person is trying to take over all these netherworlds. His name is Void Dark, and it's you go to other netherworlds and you meet other overlords. So they've set it up so you could meet the other overlords of Disgaea, the Disgaea franchise, but they didn't do that. So, but then again, I mean, do you really want to have 5 main characters in a game? Like, yeah, it would get, you're gonna disappoint somebody. So if somebody who is a big fan of Disgaea 2 wants that overlord to be like kind of the main role, well, they're not really going to be the main role because this is a new game. You know, not everybody can be the lead role in a video game. All right, I have no idea where I've been and where I have been. I guess I'm just going to continue on this path. It would take away from the main protagonist. Exactly. Yeah, and I think that's why they probably didn't do it.
Do you want to know some Spyro lore?
Nice work, Spyro.
Sure.
The orbs you're carrying have activated the special portal.
I'll like say some Spyro from the first game. In the instruction manual, this has come from the instruction manual of the PS1 game. Nasty Nook actually, you know, remember the bad guy Nasty Nook in the first game?
Wait, what?
Do you remember Nasty Nook, right?
Yeah, the main bad guy, yeah.
He actually lived in the dragon worlds with the dragons. But he started being naughty in a way. So the dragons banished him to what they call the Dragon Junkyard, which is known as Nasty's World in the game.
Dragon Junkyard.
So they banished him there, and so they started like having a bit of a feud in a way. Like they've never forgiven the dragons, and so then Spyro 1 starts. And the new story pretty much said it all. He got insulted. He then changed all the dragons to crystal. And his way of fighting back in this feud I did, this argument that I kind of had after banishing to the Dragon Junkyard, was, you know, he didn't like his appearance in when he looked at the gems. So him being naughty was changing all the gems into minions for himself.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The lore's a lot deeper than the games, actually. So.
Yeah, there isn't a lot of lore in Spyro, but there is some, and why I just thought it was like the first bit of Spyro lore. But like, there's like some theories behind like Spyro 2's lore, you know, with Richter, where he came from and stuff. People starting to wonder what they want to know more about Richter, basically. Like, what's his world and stuff? Why does he hate dragons so much?
Yeah, I totally screwed that up.
I just have like a weird, very weak theory of Richter why he hates dragons so much. And because he like smells for them, he can smell their scent. I just wonder if they just think they have a bad odor.
Dragons just smell really bad.
Yeah, like when he just like when he gives a sniff, he's like, ah, yeah, there's no dragons here. That's great.
It might be an issue with remaking the game. Maybe they couldn't recover the sound. I doubt that, because all of your characters, you know how you can go and recruit new characters in Disgaea, they all have the same voices. They still have the same voices. In fact, I think it's your martial artists. Their voice is the same as Laharl's in Disgaea 1. So if you listen to it, it's the same exact voice. It sounds just like him. Which I believe Laharl's actually voiced by a female, I believe.
Allure is a nice name. Muffin.
Whose name is Allure?
The Fawn.
The Fawn? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm a fawn, boy. that's another thing, though. In the original Spyro 2 cutscene of that, you know, when Spyro comes to come apart for the first time.
Yeah.
When Laura delivers that line on a phone door, she sounds like she's angry at him for getting it wrong. But in the Reignited version, she actually laughs after while saying it, and that is really quite a contrast with it. It seems like they thought, yeah, it shouldn't be an angry comment. It should be just something she could just laugh at.
Somebody's just voice acted wrong.
Yeah, I always wonder, like, geez, she's angry. Why? Why? And I was
like, I just shut up.
Yeah, I messed up. Okay.
Oh, you meant Spyro for the cutscenes. Oh.
The cutscenes, yeah. Yeah. And also, yeah, there's this thing going around like Laura and Spyro are dating.
Well, people and their stupid ships, man.
Yeah. I mean, the games don't really help. Because they do the way Laura and Spyro, well, the way the lore acts around Spyro does tend to give you ideas. As you'll learn through this game, I can guarantee it.
She's a hussy.
I just don't think you can put it that way. He likes some dragons. Ripto hates dragons, but Laura loves dragons.
Maybe that's why he doesn't like dragons, because she loves them, and maybe she likes it.
Ship and let ship, dude. Says Muffin.
Hey, ship and let ship, dude.
Ship and let ship. Boom, boom, boom.
I learned that. Timbler. The hell's Timbler?
Tumblr? Tumblr.
I don't know. I don't.
It's a blogging website.
I don't know what Tumblr is, and I feel like people have explained it to me many times, and I always forget because it doesn't matter.
I've only used Tumblr once, and I was in college.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they just wanted us to make a blog for, like, you know, reasons. I only put, like, GIFs I made on there. I rarely use it now. I never use it. I suppose I still have an account, but yeah.
This flying level is definitely more challenging than the first game, for sure.
Oh, really? That's a good thing.
I mean, I like it.
But I think in the community, people say the Spyro 1 flying levels are the hardest.
Really? I had no problem.
You are a pro at Spyro 1.
I mean, 100. Wait, what? Oh, do I really have to do this?
You can go the other way.
Yeah, and it probably makes more sense. Take less time. But nonsense!
Nonsense! Who needs it?
No!
No shortcuts.
Should have went the other way! Nowadays, all I use is Discord, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. I love how you say all I use, and then name like 30 platforms.
Chat. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think of Spyro's music, by the way?
Do what? Do what?
What do you think of Spyro's music?
It's chill. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm not gonna say, oh my god, it's so amazing, but it's pretty good.
To me, it's real good. I love it.
It's a nostalgia factor for you too, though. You know?
Yeah, I guess it has a little bit of nostalgia with it, but I just like how... I don't know, it's hard to explain. Just there are quite a few popping tunes. Like, one of my... Oh, shoot. My favourite soundtrack from Spyro is from Wizard Peak in Spyro 1. Which is interesting because that exact OST was used for the ending of the Amanda Show on Nickelodeon.
I never watched the Amanda Show. I did watch. I watched All That. Wasn't she on All That?
No idea. I know Keegan and Kel was on All That.
And I watched Are You Afraid of the Dark? I loved Are You Afraid of the Dark. It was so good. I mean, if I watched it back now, it'd probably be like super cheesy, but not a minute.
You used to have Instagram, but you deleted it, apparently.
I still have Instagram, and I mean to. I'm very bad about social media. Like, I try to use it as much as possible, but I forget to. Like, I have to force myself to do it.
When it comes to like things like Twitter and stuff, I mainly just put my art on there, my character art, and it takes a while to do art and stuff. And like these days, I haven't been able to get around to it. But there are a few art Twitter users, and I'm just like thinking, how much do they get so many followers? I only have like 101, and then they go over 1,000.
Did you stream today, by the way?
Have fun.
No, I didn't stream. I was doing some YouTubing stuff, because I'm not going to just be streaming on Twitch anymore. I'm going to be streaming on YouTube and Twitch soon.
Oh yeah,
So today I made a YouTube banner.
Nice. So do you have a YouTube channel now?
Since 2014, but I've just changed the decoration now.
Am I subscribed to you on YouTube?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, okay. Well, put your YouTube link in the YouTube and Twitch chat, and Twitch, because I know you stream on Twitch as well.
Yeah, sure thing.
Do it right meow. Because I would say what it is, but I don't know 100%, and I don't want to say it wrong.
Right,
just Ninja. No, well, it's Ninjuice. I forgot.
Okay. For Twitch chat, I'm putting in the Twitch one there, and then I'm just going to quickly switch to YouTube and get it.
But yeah, if you guys don't know, Janinja is living. He's from the UK. He lives in Japan. Because are you still doing the teacher job?
Yeah, I'm still an assistant language teacher.
You don't sound very excited about it.
I'm concentrating on putting my links in the chat.
Sure. No,
I mean,
but yeah.
To be honest, like it's not exactly exciting.
Right. Well, I mean that happens. I've gone for jobs and then realized much later that this is not as glamorous as I thought it would be. So I get it, man.
Say to everybody that, okay, I never really intended to be a teacher. Like, being a teacher is like one of the least things I thought I'd do for myself. But I studied to be like a character designer, or a game designer first. But I had to transition to character design. That is basically my passion and job. Passionate job I want, so it's really hard to get it. And I've applied for a few places. But yeah, it's just really a waiting game. And now this is just pretty much filling in the void.
Yeah. Falafel! I've had this on since you started. I ended up going out to breakfast with my dad. I want to go out to breakfast. I want hash browns and bacon. That's all I want. I just want hash browns and bacon. Grease and starch. Feed me. But yeah, so Janinja streams on Twitch, guys. Janinja, you play a lot of old school games from what I've seen, but not just old school games. I know you played. Didn't you play Uncharted recently?
Well, recently as in a few, like back in November or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's recent enough.
But yeah, I've played PS1 games, you know. I played PS1 Spyro and stuff back in the day. I played Rayman 2 and all that. But right now, I'm in the middle of playing Kingdom Hearts in Japanese and playing The Last of Us 2 with Japanese audio but English subtitles and menus.
I have not played The Last of Us yet, and I keep having people tell me that I have to play The Last of Us.
I see it's popular, so I'm playing it. I got it for like 50 cents on the PlayStation Store.
Falafel said, I almost thought you were going to say, I want to go out to breakfast with your dad. I don't care who it's with. I'll take your dad out on a date as long as I'm getting hash browns and bacon. I don't have the patience to be a teacher. Kudos to you. You know, I've thought about being a teacher, but I don't think I would want to be a teacher. If anything, I minored in psychology. So IT was my minor in psychology, which are very, very different fields. But I would like being a guidance counselor. Like, they're not very glamorous jobs. In fact, guidance counselors kind of get shit on. They really do. But I would love to help kids, but I feel like the best way to help kids is in a one-on-one interaction where you can help them on a very personal level. Because when you group kids together and trying to help a group, you can't reach certain kids because certain kids need special attention to where, in a one-on-one style thing. Good talk.
At the moment, as I see that Cecil says, Kingdom Hearts is so good, and yes, it is.
I love Kingdom Hearts.
I'll just like to say though, I'm not going to be streaming it again until I have caught up with my translations on the Discord. I basically, whatever I can't understand in the Japanese text, is that I take a picture of it and I put it in the Discord with a translation.
Oh, really? Well, you speak. Would you say you speak Japanese fluently?
Not completely natively fluently, but I can hold a conversation.
Okay, but you.
I still need to know quite a few words, but I know the grammar really well.
Space of Soul said, we went through the same thing, studied psychology, but then switched courses to NetSec. Well, I just took 2 courses that I thought that I had true interest in, and I've always been fascinated by the human brain. People fascinate me. How people's minds work just
we managed to trap him by shutting all the doors. If you
do what?
to the other brothers,
you want to pick my brain?
Open the gates and
I do it without you knowing. I really do.
Really?
I ask people. Sometimes it comes across as dumb questions. They're like, "Why are you asking me that?" And it's not because I really need to know the answer that I don't know the answer. It's one of the biggest telling signs for humans is how they answer things and body language and tone. And that really speaks volumes about who you are. And so if I ask somebody what they might perceive as a dumb question, I want to know how you're gonna respond. I want to know your exact wording, your phrasing, your tone, and your body language when you answer me. And I don't even do it on purpose. It's just subconscious at this point, and I've always done it, and it pisses some people off because they're like, I know you're smarter than that. Why are you asking me that? And I'm like, I'm not. I already know the answer, but I just do it subconsciously, and
Cross is really a teacher.
People, yeah, I'm a spy teacher.
Mosh and animated goose says.
Oh, what is that?
It's basically saying hello on the telephone.
Oh, okay. Specifically on a telephone?
Yeah.
that's an interesting thing. Okay.
We say, yeah, when you pick up the phone, you say mosh mosh.
Oh, I've heard them say that on anime. See, I would pronounce that moshi moshi.
Yeah.
Moshi moshi.
The thing with Japanese is that they
I'm still live on Facebook. I should be.
They don't pronounce the I in Japanese so much.
I went to tech school for game design. I used 3ds Max for modeling and Unreal Engine 4 for game design. I was gonna go for game design as well, which is coding. I was going to go for coding until I got talked out of it. A lot of people I knew that went to school for coding said it is so dull. It is so boring, and it is incredibly tedious. And I personally, I hate tedious work. I cannot stand it. I struggle and I fall out if I have to do tedious work. And
I mean, I'm like, being a teacher is very tedious as well. Repeating the same. I mean, yeah, when you're doing several different classes, you're repeating the exact same sentences over and over and over. It does get really tiresome on your brain.
Interesting. I would have never thought.
Like, with all the repeating I did, like, I had to repeat my self-introduction to the student about eight times. 8 to 10 times. Like,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm kind of sick of my own name.
That was all in one day. I just said the exact same stuff to the exact same presentation.
I can see that.
10 times.
Yeah.
So it was a bit. And I mean, Goose said I didn't know that about Mosh Mosh. Well, now you do.
I had TP during the shortage. My roommate DJ, he went to college for welding, and he hates himself for this. He always brings it up. He's like, I went to school for welding, and he's like, and ended up doing nothing with it. He's like, it was the most. He's like, it was just wasted time. He's like, he's like the courses teach you how to weld, but they teach you more about welding and
the art of welding.
Well, there is. It's pretty particular, and it's funny because I'll be around him when he's, we're around machinery or something, and or something breaks, and he's like, it's because it's a crappy weld. Or we'll watch Forged in Fire where they weld canisters together, and he's like, that is such an ugly weld. Like, but he went to he worked for the city for a little while, which he used welding during. But he's like, it was useless. He's like, I should have never even done it. But, because he ended up not using it, so. Wait, no, ended at 48:14. Me then. Still live here. Wait, no. So, Facebook is no longer live? That's weird. Facebook must have dropped. I don't know why. Well, oh well. We're going to call it here pretty soon anyways, guys. It is going on 2 a.m. for you, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so unfortunately it's going to be a pretty short stream, but that's okay.
Yeah.
At least it's a successful stream.
I mean, you only get on for like 2 hours at most now these days, don't you, anyway?
I try to have at least 3 hours, but depending on what's going on and the day. See, I'm just so busy all the time. It's so stupid. I hate it. And it really frustrates me because when COVID first happened and people went into lockdown, a lot of people found the opportunity, because they weren't essential workers, they found the opportunity to stream more. And I thought that would be the case for me as well. It was not the case. In fact, I got busier. And it's not because of my job. In fact, I'm not working anymore. I can't work. I still can't work. And the quarantine's, it's not completely over, but it's still happening for some people like me. Like, I cannot work. And the reason for that is because at work, they pack us in these 15-passenger vans, and they cannot afford for us to get sick. So they can't put 15 people in a freaking van, But anyways, so I am not allowed to work, but my roommates who work for the Texas correctional system, they still have to go to work. So their kids haven't been in school since the beginning of the year, and their kids can't go anywhere else to be watched by anybody because they could easily transmit it. And that's another thing, is when you work for the prison system and you have an outbreak of a disease like this, it's very, very easy, or it's more than likely that your correctional officers are going to get it. because it's a giant fish tank, just cram-packed full of fish. You know, disease spreads like wildfire in there. One person gets it, everybody's getting it. They've been pretty good not to get it so far, but their units are on heavy lockdown right now. Like, it's like 400 out of 600 inmates have corona in their units right now. Well, in Becky's unit's really bad right now. I don't know about DJ's. I haven't talked to him about it recently. So it's honestly, it's probably just a matter of time before it gets in this house. So I've had to watch the kids, and I've been watching the kids for months now. I don't have kids. I'm not a parent. I'm not a dad. So I'm getting better about it. I'm learning. I'll tell you what, it's the best parenting class I've ever taken. That's for sure. And it's been really rough. Yeah, oh yeah, they work like 12-hour days too. So it's like 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So from the time the kids wake up until just about when they go to bed, I have them. I mean, so I'm pretty much, I don't want to say I'm raising them because that's overstepping my bounds. I'm not their parent, but I kind of am. I mean, it's kind of just how it happens, or just how it happens. But either way, so because of COVID, I've just gotten busier and I stream less now. I used to stream 6 days a week. You know how much I miss streaming and seeing you guys for 40 hours a week?
When I was in uni, I was like streaming like 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah, I was streaming a guaranteed 5 times a week, but I usually went past that. Sometimes I'd go 6 or 7.
You love streaming.
I almost never leave my home. Been furloughed since March 18th. I worry more about the extroverts. You know, so I'm the same way. I haven't been at work since, I think I was earlier than that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the end of February or the beginning of March. It wasn't that far into March. So yeah, I'm the same way. I haven't worked since February, March, sometime around there. And it sucks. I would love to go back to work. I put on weight like crazy. Like I am so fat now. I'm just getting chubby. I'm just a big ball of lard.
You have to get that ring fit process on Nintendo Switch.
That's what it is. I need to just stream my exercise. But I do need to exercise, but it's just, I'm so exhausted all the time because, you know, having a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old running around, it's not physical exhaustion. I can take physical exhaustion, not a big deal.
I'm a vegetarian,
it's mental and emotional exhaustion.
It's pretty tough though.
So burnt out by the end of the day. Yesterday was the worst. The 3-year-old yesterday, oh my God, he was a monster. He was so, what's the word? He was so needy. It's so whiny. He was so whiny. And I was done with him. I was so done.
I have an interesting.
Fat. Well, then you were blind.
I had an interesting experience.
Beginning of March, yeah.
I thought the Yeti was tougher than that.
Well,
he was all bark.
I do this like English club.
Anyway,
but
I was just guarding our sacred talisman to make sure the Yeti.
And we were playing this game called Categories.
I love categories.
Yeah. And like one of the categories was something you find in a bedroom. One student said a cucumber. And like apparently in China they do put cucumbers in the bedroom.
Like, why buy plastic when you can go organic?
Yeah, when you
oh dear.
Like when she said when she's doing homework she brings a cucumber, and I just had a joke with her. I said, okay, yeah, when I do my homework, I love to write with a cucumber.
Philip said Croesus and started talking like a parent. Oh boy. Kids are wonderful.
But also, Croesus, about this part of the game where you talk to the NPC before facing the Yeti, he says torch, and he says torch in his dialogue in this game. But in the original game, he actually says, I think you should kill that Yeti. But
really?
In the written dialogue, it says torch. So it seems like they changed it in post-game production after they recorded the dialogue.
They're like 5-year-olds are playing this, you probably shouldn't murder people.
but they wrote it as torch, and so they've corrected it both for the speech this time and the dialogue. It is an interesting thing. I'm thinking like, oh, this needs to be censored for it to be a 10 game, even though it was a 3+ on PS1.
Oh my god, I love his movement on ice.
It's cute, isn't it?
It's adorable. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Look at his tail just waving back and forth. That's amazing. I love it.
People say that this is really it's stiffer and slower in this game, but I think it's okay.
It's not very much ice.
Ah, Spyro, welcome. We have found.
I don't want kids. I've looked after my sisters in the past. They were okay, no hassle.
Would you like to join
but I know
in
some
a
can be
match
monsters.
against our
Honestly, these two
goalkeeper?
kids are very, very well behaved most of the time. But the 3-year-old is going on 4, and he's kind of in that temperamental age where he's gaining a lot more personality right now. Oh, and he's potty training.
Okay,
He's potty training late. Like his brother was potty trained when he was 1.5. 1.5. They put him in underwear, never looked back, never had an issue with him. But Gage, he is stubborn. He is so stupidly stubborn that it's not. I want to call it laziness because he just doesn't feel like getting up to go to the bathroom, but it's not that. He's stubborn with everything. He kind of thinks he runs the house, and truth be told, he kind of does. But honestly, I'm very, very attached to Gage. Like I'm very, very close to him. And honestly, when he normally has a problem and everybody's home, I'm the first one he comes to. But I'm around him all the time, so he's taken a liking to me too. He's like super attached to me, and I love him. But sometimes I just get stressed out. And honestly, I've never been more stressed in my life than I have been since COVID started. So, but what are you gonna do? I deal. It's fine. Everything will go back to normal eventually. I will go back to work. I will start making money. I will start streaming more. Everything will be fine.
I can't wait for this COVID stuff to be over, though. It's really...
Yeah. But
I mean, it cancelled the 2020 Olympics.
I never wanted kids, but when my daughter was born, I realized how much I needed a kid. Yeah, that's a defining moment for a lot of people is when your child's actually born. It's like boom in your face here, and your whole outlook changes in a heartbeat. And I'm so torn, because of the emotional state that I'm in, because of current events, not because of COVID, but just because of the way my life is currently. But truth be told, I probably want a kid eventually, much later down the road. But I am so done with children for right now. I'm just done.
I experience someone else's kids, and that's enough for me.
I know. I love kids. I used to work in a daycare. I mean, I love kids. And I took counselor training too. So I like kids. I'm very burnt out because my whole life has just been babysitting since February. That's what my whole life has been, and it's so exhausting. When they're your kids, it's different because it's your responsibility. Like there's a sense of responsibility where you go, okay, these are my kids. I have to provide for them. For me, I don't have that sense of responsibility because they're not my kids. So my body doesn't automatically throw itself into it because they're not mine, I don't want kids. Well, adopt them at like age 6 or so. If you think teenagers are easier, Ty, you're in for a very, very, very rude awakening. Children are much easier than teenagers because teenagers will do what they want regardless of what you tell them to do. Kids tend to listen to you because you're the authority figure. Teens? You think teens are going to listen to you? They're going to do whatever the hell they want, and they're going to do it behind your back. And they're a lot craftier because they're a bit smarter.
I was never a handful as a teenager. I was a good boy.
They slept over a couple years ago, and we were watching a movie. Just before a movie was ending, one of them said, "I don't like this movie." She just wanted to stay up late. Then the Coco made her high. Oh man, I'm glad we're having this conversation on screen. Oh, I'm not saying teens are easy. I'm just saying I don't want to go through the diaper phase. Oh, that's easy. That's, you know, I didn't either. I didn't want to change Gage's diaper, and then I did it a couple times, and it's nothing but a thing. You just do it real quick. Just poop, man. Everybody poop. Yeah, COVID made me a bit chonky. The only time I leave home is to go to the skate area near my home. So I just inline skate for like an hour for my cardio. You know, I just recently went skating. Well, it was probably last year. Was it last year? Yeah, it was last year. Last year I went skating, and I've never been able to skate. And I taught myself how to last year with the regular roller skates. Four wheels. I don't know what inline skating is. I think those are roller blades, right?
I tried roller skates when I was younger, but I was really nervous.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I've recently started picking up cycling because I've never really done it properly.
Yeah, I need to get into a regimen. I need to sit down and just figure out everything, and I need to get our front room set up because we have exercise equipment. We've probably got like 4 different pieces of exercise equipment. We have an elliptical, we have a bike, we have a crap, what's it called?
Treadmill?
No, we don't have a treadmill. We used to, but it was one of the manual treadmills. It wasn't automatic.
Medicine ball? Exercise ball?
No, it's like a Bowflex, but this one's different. This one has weights on it, but they're tension weights, so they're not actually, the discs actually don't weigh the weight. Well, or do they? I'm not sure. But
like
they like lock in place, and so the more you put on, the more tension as on the strings, and it's like a sophisticated Bowflex. And the seat bends in different ways, so you can do different exercises. It's huge. Oh, it's heavy too. God, it's so heavy. I've moved that thing so many times. But I need to set that thing up. So.
You know, I used to be like a chubby kid, a little bit of a chubby kid. But when I was 13, I got a Nintendo Wii.
Oh, thanks for following, Space.
I did that for 2 months, playing Mario Sonic at the Olympic Games and such. And I lost all the weight.
I need to lose the weight. This is the biggest I've ever been. I've never been this big. And honestly, my body changes very easily based on my my activity level and my food intake. And my food intake isn't that bad currently, but my activity level's gone down so drastically because I'm not working. And I need to do something to change that. I wish Gage was a little bit older so I could take them to like the park. I mean, I can take him to the park now, but I wish he was a little bit older so I could take him to the park and play disc golf. Because I used to play disc golf and it was a pretty decent workout. Like, it doesn't take a lot for me to change body shape, which I'm very lucky because a lot of people have to do a lot to lose weight. I don't. I can just switch to I can stop eating red meat for a month and I'll drop 40 pounds. I'm not even kidding. I've done it before. My body is very susceptible to its intake. You can do just about anything that you put your mind to. Absolutely. I totally agree. I remember I have a weak stomach. JoJo is sweet. Yeah, JoJo's adorable. I remember drink my pop's expensive vodka, filled the bottle back up with cheap vodka, and filled the cheap vodka with water. I'm better at ice skating. I've never been ice skating. Never. Went ice skating once, fell on my butt hard several times. I know what you're talking about, because I used that a few times. He was probably really angry. He barely noticed. Alcohol flows like water around here. Oh man. I haven't drank in months. I know we used to do the adult streams and I used to drink like twice a week, but I have not drank in months. I just haven't felt like it. That's all it is. I didn't stop drinking alcohol because I was like, oh no, this is bad for me. I really need to cut back. I just stopped feeling like drinking. I just don't feel like it. But either way, with that being said, guys, it is 2 a.m. for Ninja. He needs to get to bed. I'm gonna actually cut it here. Guys, we had a successful Spyro stream.
I mean, you could go to the next homeworld if you want.
Want to do that?
I don't mind.
Okay, cool.
Because like to be honest, I don't feel comfortable leaving it here mid-world. I think a good place to leave it is after the next boss, because it's coming off soon anyway.
What am I supposed to do?
You play ice hockey, dude.
Well, I lost.
You just have hit the pucks in the goal, that's it.
But he moves so slow!
You have to cut it off.
Can't suck.
As soon as a little bit of difficulty comes up,
right?
It's the worst game ever. The Spyro wiggle butt. The butt wiggle.
Oh, and you spit it out. Ah! You suck. I'm amazing. Oh, not amazing.
And by the way, Animated Goose, again speaking Japanese, he said Gambare to the time. But that means he goes off about the weight thing.
With that being said though, it's hard for me to gain weight. Well, that'd be nice. Yeah. I definitely don't have that.
It's not for me to gain weight, believe it or not. I took it off and now I can't gain it again. Which is good. I didn't like my big ball or stomach.
Alright, Ty, thanks for coming by, man.
Alright, see you, Ty. Having fun.
What do I have to get to? Because I'm kind of whooping his butt. I just went right in the freaking goal.
Well,
that's how you win at ice hockey. You just walk in the other goalie's net and just up chuck a puck. Up puck.
Excuse me, I just want to go back here. Yeah.
Spyro the wiggle butt. Stream is ending soon anyways. I've always been scrawny. I didn't start gaining weight until I was 30. Where'd you put the weight? You ain't got no weight on you. You're tiny. But what did you say that they said?
What?
Japanese.
Would you like to try a game of one-on-one?
Anime Goose just said good luck about the weight thing.
Oh.
Come back.
Right,
So I don't need to do that again because I just won, right?
It's actually a second challenge.
Oh.
This is a 2-challenge thing.
Goals wins. You are.
You got
I have to fight a whole team. This isn't one-on-one.
No, just one-on-one. Just you get a goalie now. Yours is the blue goal. That's your own goal, Carson.
Oh, I scored on myself?
You gave your opponent a goal. I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, he smacked me. Rude. I used to be muscular and then hit unemployment hit. Well, it's pretty hard to lose muscle.
Wiggle muffin. How do you move about then? He says she hasn't got any muscles. She's never had muscles. Like, how does she move about?
With great effort and much enthusiasm. No upper body strength. So you don't walk on your hands, that's for sure. Hey! Rude?
You can touch him.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, you can pretty much cheat.
You're like yeah,
go for it. There you go.
When has putting the puck in your mouth ever been allowed?
When you don't have hands to hold a stick.
Oh! You better block that, son. I love cheating. Hey, get back here.
It's not me, really. When I was slim, I was toned, but never muscular.
Get him.
Well done. have this.
Toned but never
If you
muscular.
stare at it long enough,
Oh, I used to go to the gym,
might
so
not
I
see
built up some
anything.
pretty good upper body strength. You stare at it long enough, you might not see
I'll tell you something about this game though, 'cause
what.
a lot of people who have nostalgia for this game, they say that the original Spyro voice actors were better than these ones.
Oh
they went
boy!
down for a more realistic route in Reignited, and people preferred the more exaggerated vocals.
Don't open that can of worms on stream. Don't do it. Not voice actors and not original voice. Nope. I can do handstands and stuff, but I can't hang from monkey bars or anything.
Yeah. I tried to do cartwheeling when I was younger.
I used to be able to walk on my hands. That was always fun.
I tried walking my hands, but I always fell over. Nobody's noticed. Bye.
I told you not to bring it up. Here we go. Trauma. Replacing original voice actors is so stupid. I could do handstands when I was in school. That's when I could do them. Was when I was in school.
It's not stupid. I like it because I do like the voices of Reignited. Just but the more exaggerated ones that fit the characters a bit better, possibly. Like some, it's just that because some lines are delivered quite flat.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say on it.
So I'm very torn. I think it's on a case-to-case basis, to be honest. But to be fair, I feel like if you're going to replace one voice actor, you need to replace them all. Because it gets confusing. Like you're like, oh, that's the same voice, and then you meet the same person again, and you're like, that's not the same voice. Why did they replace him but not him? Like you either go all for all or none at all. Yeah, like welcome back, Natasha.
Hey, back.
My brother kicked my arm from underneath me. I stopped doing handstands after that. Your brother turned you into an upright citizen, Philip. But anyways. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, Tama, when it comes to Final Fantasy VII Remake, not all the original voice actors were on board to come back.
I mean, like a good
most of them were.
A good choice about replacing the voice actors in Spyro was bringing Tom Kenny back to play Spyro because he is said to be the best Spyro voice. I know you probably know.
The original was voice acted, right? I mean, obviously.
Yeah, the original Spyro 2 was voice acted by the same person as we have now in this Spyro 2. Yeah. Tom Kenny, the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh god, I hate SpongeBob.
I hate it
so much. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave it here. We're back in Homeworld, and like I said, Janinja's got to go. It's after 2 a.m. this time. It's 2:16 your time.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I'm getting quite right.
I might do another stream in a little while, guys, like in a few hours or so. Since I did such a small stream, maybe we'll finish up Pokemon Shield today. That's always an option. So.
Are you finishing it now?
Yeah, I'm right at the end. I thought I was going to finish it last stream, but they dragged out the story. I was like, time for final battle. By the way, the world's ending. You should go fix that first. I'm like, oh.
What Pokemon you got?
I don't remember who I have. I have, alright, Goose, thank you for coming by. Thank you for the raid, man. Thank you for the recommendation. And thank you for the follow. That was really cool of you guys.
Yeah.
Nice, a 6-hour Pokemon stream is imminent. No, it will not be a 6-hour. It will be like probably another 2-hour stream. But, like I said, that'll be in a few hours. We'll wait probably till about 3. It's 12 now. So, anyways, guys.
So are we continuing this next Friday?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we'll do. So the schedule's going to change a little bit, guys. So I'm going to start doing Spyros on Friday mornings, same time with Ninja, and then Saturdays, Sundays I will do another game, which will be Star Wars until I finish Star Wars Fallen Order. So, and then during the week, if I can squeeze in a stream, it's whatever I'm feeling. So.
Sounds awesome, dude.
But thank you, Ninja, for being on stream.
Yeah.
And thank you, Spyro Gods, for letting this happen and being successful for a change.
Yeah.
Jesus
Thanks for having me for this. And
for
all you've been through doing this is really awesome of you.
It's been a night. If it didn't work today, I would not ever play Spyro again. I would have been done. Like, if I had problems today, I would have just called it quits. I'm like, nope, absolutely not.
Yeah, I would have said, yeah, I would have given up as well.
It's been a nightmare. I mean, I built a new PC because of it. I mean,
Yeah, but now
it was a main contributing factor.
Because of Spyro, we need a new PC.
Well, my persistence, I thought, was just idiocracy. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always. And I will see you guys next.
Coming in.
Do it.
Yeah. So I'm just saying thank you for coming in, everyone.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for having me in there, everything.
I will see you guys next time on Cross's Gaming. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Thank you guys for the raid.
Arigato.
You know, I can't play with free. Yeah. I love this. I swear to God, if this comes back on me, I'm gonna be so pissed off. It's gonna come back on me. Link's face. This is why Link doesn't talk, because Ganon talks enough for everybody, and he's like, "Are you still talking?" That's not a Pokemon. That's a penguin with a nice cube on his head. What is that? Lance. Oh, boom, baby.
Nobody has it.
Guys, if you're not watching the stream, you need to watch the stream.